Hey guys, so you may notice a bit of a different setup. I finally got like a real ring light. I've turned my desk around, so instead you see my book drawer and the cement wall behind me because I still live in the serial killer basement. You will also notice I will be using my left hand, which is my non-dominant hand for most of this. As for my 20th birthday, I did that, and I am struggling because I'm a wimp. But today we are doing our first indie beauty brand focus. I chose CXC Beauty, so I have been testing some of their formulations since the beginning of February, consistently throughout the month. And I'm just kind of here to talk through them, what I think about the brand in general, yada yada yada. If you're looking for my earrings, they'll be in the description, and this look will be on Instagram. If I remember, I'll update the caption, but I probably won't, so don't expect that from me. So the first item I want to talk about from CXC Beauty is their palette formulation. This specific palette is not a palette you can buy. It is a build your own palette that I won in a giveaway. This is the first item I ever got. It's a little custom palette. They do have a new custom palette builder on their website now, which should make it easier than it was for me to make a palette. And they can do little inserts like this. And I believe that the pans are magnetic. Yeah, they are. They are completely magnetic, which means that you can just take it out and rearrange any of their palettes the way you want to. On average, the palettes are about $54 to $58 US. So I believe this one was $54. They shipped it to me. It did come a little broken, so I just pressed it with a paper towel because I don't fucking care. I'm not too picky, and it was a giveaway prize, nobody cares. Overall I like the formula. I do not love some of their shimmers. So this shimmer is beautiful, blinding. But then when you hop over to this yellow shimmer, I don't find it as good. I'm wearing it on my eye and it kind of just looks like another matte, to be honest. I'm not totally in love with it, but their matte formula is really, really good. And I think that is their star formula is the matte in these palettes. They are not the wham bam in your face type pigments. They are instead more of a buildable and blendable formula. I find them super easy to blend, and as you can see, you build them up a little bit. They don't come out like a pressed pigment, how it's really pigmented upon first application. They are more build and then blend, which I don't mind. I never go through a full eyeshadow palette. It doesn't mean it's bad formula, it's just different formula. And then I bought one of their blush palettes. This is the Ivy Kiss blush palette. I do like the colors in it. They're all matte, 6 matte shades. They are so freaking pigmented. You will only need to dip in once or twice. And I do think that the range in this palette specifically, I don't know about the other color. They have 2 different variations of the palette. I don't know much about the other one, but for sure this one has a good range of deep blushes and lighter blushes. And of course you can mix and match to get, your preferred blush shade. I am wearing these first 2 on my cheeks today. The blush palette is $29.99. But overall I really like the packaging because it allows me to see into it. And I'm all for a cute packaging moment, but when you have as much makeup as I do, you kind of start to forget what you do and don't have. So being able to see everything right there, it makes it easier in my collection. So I definitely don't mind this type of open concept packaging. In fact, if I can, I prefer it. So yeah, that's $29.99. I really love that formula. I think the blushes are super pigmented, super blendable. They look super gorgeous on the skin, as you can see. So then I got one of their highlighters. They do have highlighter palettes, which I've heard awesome reviews about. I believe that's what they actually even launched with. I got the Autumn highlighter. I guess I am more of an uncooked chicken shade than I thought. I thought this would fit me. It turns out it really fucking doesn't. I do have to mix this shade, so if you are as light as me or lighter, this is not a good shade for you. I think that this would be a beautiful shade on someone who has tan to medium skin tone. Does take a little bit of building up though, I find. But for $22, I don't think it's a bad price. It's not my favorite product, but it's not my least favorite product, you know? I'd be interested in trying some that were actually like my shade to see, but yeah, I'm probably gonna end up like giving this to a friend because it's not my shade, which is on me. That one's on me. And then lastly, they do have a line of liquid lipsticks. They have a ton of colors. I am wearing the shade Nip Slip, which is the only one I have. I haven't gotten to do a full wear test on this yet, but I have worn it and I have eaten with it on right now. I did put a little bit of Huda Beauty in the middle to kind of make it a lighter nude shade. But overall, I really do like this formula so far. I do want to play around with it a little bit more. It was the one product because of masks that I did not get to play around with as much. But it does retail for $16, which for a liquid lipstick, I do think is a good price. And I do think that they're marketing themselves as a mid-tier brand. So they're not overly high-end, but they're not drugstore. For the most part, I do think the aesthetic kind of fits what they are showing consumers. But besides the products, because, you know, when you go into it, not just products are important. I do like the products. I think the blush palette and the matte formula of the eyeshadows is the standout formulas that you would get from this brand. The highlighters are okay, and I would like to play with this more before I have a full review on it, but so far I do like it. But keep in mind, I haven't worn it for a full 12 hours. I haven't worn it under a mask, etc., etc. So I ordered this February 8th. And then they shipped it by February 11th, which is a 3-day turnaround period, which I think is really fast. Mind you, they are indies, so indie brands usually have a faster turnaround time, unless it's Lunar Skies Cosmetics. For the things I bought, they shipped it via DHL, but for my giveaway package, they shipped it with UPS. I don't recall getting a DHL delivery charge or a customs charge, but I know for my giveaway prize, I did have to pay like a $30 customs fee, which again, I host giveaways all the time. I put it in the disclaimers that I am not responsible for those fees. So when those fees were tacked onto my giveaway prize, I just paid them because that's how I run my giveaways. So I don't care. Don't get on the brand for that. If I want to do anything, I would have said something. So keep that in mind if you are an international person. If they ship to you via UPS, you are going to get a big customs charge. DHL is wishy-washy. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. My preferred method for a brand to ship is honestly USPS, because even though it takes a month to get here, I know that when it gets like custom charges, it's not like a bunch that quite frankly don't fucking matter, because UPS likes to tack on a lot of delivery charges even though they're fast. And if a brand doesn't want to offer those other shipping services, I wish they would like give you an option where you can choose DHL, USPS, or UPS. But I don't know much about shipping behind the scenes, so I understand that may not be a thing and that may not be something that they're able to do. But just for my international people like me, keep in mind, this is how they shipped it. I can't remember how long my giveaway prize took to get here. Beats me, couldn't tell ya. It only took like a fucking week for my actual purchased items to get here, which to shipping is a very, very fast turnaround time. And even though they use DHL, and for DHL as well, I find that to be a very quick turnaround time. You know, order date February 8th, got here on February 15th. I was really impressed with that actually. Again, I don't recall getting any DHL shipping charges, but I might have, and I might have just like fucking forgotten. I can't for the life of me figure it out either. It is a beauty boy owned brand, which is something that I really love because we do need more beauty boys, and I do think that beauty boys are often not talked about as much, especially their brands. The one thing that I really would like to see them fix, hopefully within their next couple launches, is they have no swatches on deeper skin. And I understand as an indie brand, you may not have the budget to hire an influencer to do swatches for you. And I know that we're in a pandemic, so things are a little difficult right now. But like, I don't know if they have a PR list, but if they do, take an influencer off PR, send it to a black influencer, commission someone to do swatches who is in your price range. As a brand, you can look at different price ranges. You can say, hey, we're looking at a few different people, you know, you're one of them. What's your rate? You know, kind of stuff. But having just a white person or a white passing person's swatches on the website looks bad. And why would you buy a product that isn't going to work on you, or if you don't know it's going to work on you? And I'm going to say that this is probably deterring quite a few people from actually buying from your brand because they cannot see what the product is going to look like on them before they get it. Just some food for thought. It is something I'm going to be ragging on a lot of indie brands. So this is not just CXC. This is like a whole wackadoo of brands. So I'm not just being extra harsh on them or anything. So honestly, that's all I really have to note. Overall, I do like the company, but I do think that they need to improve just small things. But yeah, overall, I really like the brand. I think if they fix mostly the swatching issue, that they would really have a solid brand. But I'm gonna go now because like I'm probably rambling at this point, and I have about 20 minutes of footage to edit out because I couldn't understand what I was saying. Tell me what you think about the brand in the comments below. Tell me if you're willing to buy from them, if you're interested in buying from them, what your general thoughts are. If you think I'm talking up my ass, you can say so. I don't mind.